The French television landscape lost one of its most electrifying figures on July 14, 2025, when Thierry Ardisson, the charismatic provocateur known as the Man in Black, passed away. His death marked the end of an era for a man who turned talk shows into cultural events, blending wit, controversy, and raw honesty in a way that captivated millions. With his signature black attire and razor-sharp interviews, Ardisson didn't just host television, he redefined it. Today, we're diving deep into the life of this unforgettable icon, his cause of death, his age, his family, his net worth, his lifestyle, and the remarkable biography of a man who lived as boldly as he worked. This is the story of Thierry Ardisson, a visionary whose legacy will resonate for years to come. Let's begin with the heartbreaking news of his passing. Thierry Ardisson died at the age of 76 in Paris, succumbing to liver cancer, as confirmed by his wife, Audrey Crespo-Mara, in a statement to Agence France-Presse. The announcement came on July 14, 2025, but whispers of his declining health had surfaced days earlier. On July 9, journalist Clement Garin posted on X that Ardisson was hospitalized, battling a fulminant cancer and nearing the end, though he later deleted the post. Audrey fiercely denied claims that she filmed his final moments, calling such rumors abject and threatening legal action. According to La Voix du Nord, Ardisson's liver cancer stemmed from a long battle with hepatitis C, contracted in the 1970s during his experimentation with speedballs, a dangerous mix of drugs. This led to cirrhosis and, eventually, carcinoma. A devastating progression that proved untreatable, as the Institute Curie notes that late-stage liver cancer is notoriously difficult to cure. In a May 2025 interview with Leah Salami on France Inter, Ardisson spoke fearlessly about mortality. "You shouldn't be afraid of death. Everyone dies, even Napoleon." His final days were spent surrounded by family, a testament to the courage he carried through life and into death. Born on January 6, 1949, in Bourganeuf, Creuse, Thierry Ardisson was 76 years old when he passed. His 76 years were a whirlwind of creativity, rebellion, and reinvention. Growing up in a family that moved often, first to Algeria for his father's work on a military base, then to Oresches in the Alps for a dam project, Ardisson developed a restless spirit. His childhood wasn't easy. He spent time in a Catholic boarding school in Annecy, which he later described as formative but strict. By 17, he was spinning records as a DJ at the Whiskey A Go-Go and Juan Les Pins, immersing himself in the vibrant nightlife of the French Riviera. He studied English at Paul Valéry Montpellier III University, but academia couldn't contain his ambition. At 20, he moved to Paris, diving into the world of advertising before conquering television. His 76 years saw the rise of a cultural titan who shaped French media through sheer audacity, from the smoky clubs of the 1980s to the digital age of Artitube, the INA's YouTube channel dedicated to his 35 iconic shows. Family was a complex thread in Ardisson's tapestry. Married 3 times, he found lasting love with Audrey Crespo-Mara, a TF1 journalist, whom he wed in 2014. His second marriage to musician Béatrice Laustelin, from 1988 to 2010, gave him 3 children: Manon, Gaston, and Ninon. In his 2004 book Confessions Done Baby Boomer, Ardisson admitted to being an absent father, consumed by his career during his children's early years in London. "I wasn't there for them," he told Marc-Olivier Fogiel in a rare moment of vulnerability, a regret that haunted him. By 2019, he was a grandfather, and in his final years, he worked to rebuild those bonds, as he shared in his 2025 autofiction Home and Noir. His parents, Victor, a construction engineer, and Juliette, a homemaker, rooted him in nice working-class ethos, though Ardisson often played up his proletarian origins for dramatic effect. Audrey's children from her previous marriage joined his, forming a blended family that stood united by his bedside. In Home and Noir, he imagined his death as a theatrical spectacle, surrounded by loved ones, a vision that, in its own way, came true. Estimating Thierry Ardisson's net worth is like trying to pin down his personality, elusive and multifaceted. Sources offer wildly different figures. Celebsage Wiki pegs it at $20 million in 2021, Buzzlearn estimates $1 to $9 million, and Net Worth Roll Ventures as high as $90 million in 2023. A realistic range, based on his decades-long career, likely falls between $5 and $15 million at the time of his death. His wealth flowed from multiple streams. producing and hosting landmark shows like Tout le monde en parle and Salut les Terriens, which drew millions of viewers, founding his advertising agency, Business, in 1978, where he crafted iconic slogans like Ova Multon, C'est de la Dynamique, and launching Ardisson and Lumière's, his production company. He also wrote best-selling books, including Louis XX and Confessions d'un Baby Boomer, and produced the 2013 film Max. His radio stints at Europe 1, RTL, and later Les Grosses Têtes on RTL added to his earnings. Posts on X often highlighted his business acumen, noting how his provocative style translated into financial success. Ardisson's lifestyle was a blend of glamour, excess, and intellectual pursuit. Known for his all-black wardrobe down to his sunglasses, earning him the Man in Black nickname, he lived for the pulse of Paris. His early days as a DJ set the stage for a life drawn to nightlife, reflected in shows like Paris Dernier, filmed in clubs rather than studios. He called Paris the city that never sleeps in a 2015 GQ interview, and his career thrived in its chaos. From the Bains douches to the palace, he brought the energy of nightlife to television. His childhood in Algeria and the Alps instilled a love for diverse landscapes, but Paris was his true home. He owned apartments in the city's heart, where he collected art and entertained cultural elites. Yet, his past wasn't all glamour. He openly discussed his 1970s drug use, including the speedball habit that damaged his liver, as detailed in L'Homme en Noir. A monarchist and friend of Louis Alphonse de Bourbon, he championed royalist ideals, even publishing Le Petit Livre Blanc to argue for monarchy. In his later years, he sought quieter moments with Audrey, reflecting on a life lived at full throttle. Now, let's trace the arc of his biography, because Thierry Ardisson's life was a masterclass in disruption. Born in 1949, he came of age in a France rebuilding itself after war. His early career in advertising saw him revolutionize the industry with short, punchy ads at his agency, Business, founded with Eric Bousquet and Henri Bache. Slogans like Vas y Wassa and Quan c'est trop, c'est tropico became cultural staples. But advertising felt like a liar's job, he told West France, and by 1985, he pivoted to television with Descente de Police on TF1, a show that grilled guests like a police interrogation. Though it was axed by regulators, it launched his career. Shows like Bains de Minuit, filmed at the Bains Douches nightclub, and Lunettes Noirs pour Nuits Blanches at the Palace made him a star of the late-night scene. His breakthrough came with Tout le monde en parle on France 2, running from 1998 to 2006, where he and sidekick Laurent Baffy turned interviews into cultural phenomena, drawing up to 2 million viewers. Catchphrases like Magneto Surge and provocative questions like asking former Prime Minister Michel Rocard, "Sucer, c'est tromper?" became legendary. Ardisson's career wasn't just about TV. He wrote novels, essays, and autobiographies, with Louis XX selling over 100,000 copies. He produced Max in 2013 and acted in films like Le Grand Blond avec un Chaussure Noir. His radio work included stints at Europe 1 and RTL, and in 2014, he joined Les Grosses Têtes. In 2020, the INA launched Arditube, a YouTube channel celebrating his 35 shows, a nod to his enduring influence. His final act was L'Homme en Noir, a 2025 autofiction where he staged his own death as a surreal spectacle, complete with David Bowie's Lazarus and Sean Connery's cover of In My Life. He received the Légion d'honneur from Emmanuel Macron in 2024, who called him a provocateur and scholar. But Ardisson's heart was in the moments of connection, guests like Yannick Noah confessing to marijuana use or tearful exchanges with his daughter Manon on La Scene Culture. What set Ardisson apart was his ability to make television feel alive. He didn't just interview, he created an agora, as he told 20 Minutes, where the powerful and the eccentric clashed. His shows were a stage for raw humanity, moments of laughter, shock, and confession. Posts on X from fans and peers, like at Arthur_Officiel, called him a voice, a presence, a face, while at Virat praised his audacity. Stéphane de Bourgie's Instagram tribute revealed a kinder side, describing a simple, direct, endearing man behind the TV persona. Ardisson's struggles, with drugs, with family, with his own mortality, made him relatable, even as he played the provocateur. In L'Homme en Noir, he wrote, "I've always lived as if I were directing my own show." And what a show it was! As we reflect on Thierry Ardisson's life, we're left with a mix of awe and sorrow. Awe for a man who turned television into a battlefield of ideas, sorrow for the voice now silenced. His legacy lives in the catchphrases still quoted, the interviews still watched on Artitube, and the courage he showed in facing death as he did life unafraid and unfiltered. If his story moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of legends. Share your favorite Ardisson moment in the comments. Let's keep the man in black spirit alive. Thank you for joining me in celebrating a life that changed television forever.